Bro, what are you talking about? I do rather get the feeling that Drags, Riley, and John are up to something. Oh, I'm so happy, bro. We have Tice, we have Mindmass, we have fucking CB, Harry, Dan, we have Riley, we have fucking all the best people, bro. This is gonna be so peak. Fabian hasn't even joined yet. This is gonna be the best race ever, bro. Mark my words. Hello, Shank. Welcome to the stream. The first viewer. Grumcrackers13 just said in the chat, I don't know who that is, but he just said to me, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through this race without gooning. He's gooning to you. Oh, it's raining like fuck. Oh, it's raining. Well, welcome to NPL Season 14, Race 14 for Silverstone. We have a wet quali and a dry race. Looks just like Season 12. If that is anything to go by, Dan will win this race, also because Ski won yesterday, and also Dan DNFs. And all the patterns are indicating that Dan's going to win today, so I'm predicting Dan to win. Well, maybe you should get good then, Dan. So, John coming onto the track with the Sauber of Riley as well, I believe that was. I saw that was a Mercedes of Are You Sure? Coming onto the track. Let's see if Hubert's online yet. So tyre compound should make a difference today. I'm going to look at the gap to leader in. Whoa, what the fuck is Are You Sure doing, bro? He's weaving like crazy. Riley there, right in front of a Haas. Is that Felix he's in front of, or is that Esponto? Hubert has joined meanwhile. He can join mid-session, by the way, if he chooses a Mercedes car in the spectator menu. And Tice, look at the Tice onboard. It looks really cool with all the rain droplets on the car. For some reason, it gets really highlighted by the dark blue car. He is indeed on Inters. CB's on Inters. So we have 16 drivers. And I know we have 17 because Hubert joined. Hubert joined the session. Hubert, if you're watching the stream, I recommend that you pick a car mid-session because you can still qualify. Yeah, just go in the spectator menu and pick the Mercedes. Oh yeah, he has got the silver livery. Meanwhile, okay, so very wet conditions today in Silverstone. We do not see a dry line on the track yet. The track is not rubbered in for anyone, so oh, is that Harry coming onto track on the Inters? It is indeed. Who else just came on track? Is that Dervas coming out on the intermediate tyres as well? Yes. My master in the pit lane on the Inters. Felix as well. So let's see what the difference is between the wet and us on the intermediates. We have John on our lap now into turn 1. Missing the apex just a little bit. Sorry, is that Darkson or is that Ski coming onto the track? Let's have a look. It is Darkson. Ski's also on track though. Why is Hubert in the McLaren? What the hell? Hubert just took the McLaren off Fabian. The disrespect is crazy. I could technically, if Fabian doesn't show up, we could just give Hubert the reserve seat at McLaren. I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, well, by the same logic though, Dan, in F2, fucking Yarn, Harry went to fucking MP instead of going to, actually, that wasn't it. Who was it that went to the wrong team? Yeah, Yarn went to fucking VAR. Yeah, no, it is. Is it? Not as bad as GT7, but it's still a joke to me. I'm missing my WRC chances right now just to commentate this fuck-ass race. John Nut. I'm joking, bro. John Nut in the middle sector continues on. Are you sure has now joined the Discord? We know he's good in the rain. He's South African driver. One of two in the field currently. The other one being dragged. Usually is not in the field. John with the pub middle sector, as you'd expect. Wait, what, Dan? I don't know why you hate DJ so much. You hate him more than Eliza. It's actually crazy, Dan. I think John's run out of deployment. He's really struggling for grip there. The car's sliding around on the power. It's the inside curve and goes across line. So 1 minute 45.4 for John as he comes out the final corner. What's the Ferrari going to do behind him? Is that Ski? Dogson heads into a lap now. Who's next to do a lap? Is that Haas? Bonfo goes quickest with 6/10 quickest with a 144.7. Looking good in the rain at the moment. Riley goes third, but the one he's behind. He's almost 2 seconds back. Mythical Lucas 3 seconds back. I think he got overtaken by Riley on his lap. And here comes Harry into the final chicane. What's he looking like in the wet conditions here? Really sliding around, trying his best and across the line. Who was that? That was Are You Sure on a second outlap, it looks like. Harry across the line is a 1 minute 45.2, and that puts him into second fastest. Meanwhile, there goes CB now, fourth fastest as well. And there's Tice goes second, a 10th and a half off the pace of Bonfo, out in front. Purple last sector for Tice, good stuff from him. Who else is on the lap currently? Looks like no one for a while, but it's an Aston Martin behind. Is that Dan? On the wet tyres, looking pretty decent. His middle sector wasn't as competitive as the other cars around him. Kind of sliding around, but it looks pretty comfortable in fairness. I want Tice to win this race, bro. It'll be so tough. Here comes Dan across the line. Could be a pole for Ashford. And it is. Oh my god! What a lap! 1.6 seconds quicker than Bonfo. Oh, Ski goes even quicker with 2,000ths of a second. 2,000ths quicker than Dan. Incredible lap from Skakup. Goes fastest. Skakup, are you happy? Are you happy? Meanwhile, Dervas goes third with a 1 minute. So Dervas goes third on the intermediate tyres. Tyres is fifth on the inters as well. He's on a second. Harry continuing on his way. Who else is about to finish that? Is that Darkson about to finish that? What's Darkson going to manage? We've seen him be good in quali recently. Found the final corner and doesn't look as good as a 145.8, so he goes to 9th place, 2.5 seconds off his teammate. Wasn't the best middle sector from him, but he's going to go into another lap now, it looks like. Yeah, I think he backed out of his lap, but kept the car going, and Mythic is improving as well. He goes 4 seconds back. He can improve by 6/10, but still 4 seconds off the pace. Drags is 5.5 seconds off the pace, and Are You Sure is finishing his lap. He's currently 10 seconds quicker in the middle sector alone. What's the last sector looking like? It's going to be really good. Goes third fastest, 3/10 off of Ski. Another great lap from Are You Sure there. The Mercedes driver who looked really good in the wet conditions continues to prove his why. Ski is on another lap. Dan is not. Ski there looking pretty good, sending the car through the corners, watching his onboard now. The Ferrari driver continues on. He came up with his 4th career victory, almost sliding off the corner. That might cost him a lot of time. Through Maggots and Beckett's coming off a chapel there. Meanwhile, Felix is in P5 now ahead of his teammate. So once again, Felix showing his rain pace to the drivers. We know Dervas, Felix, and Are You Sure are the quickest drivers in the rain. That are usually not as quick in the dry, let's be real. Tice there continuing. Meanwhile, my master is currently 8th fastest, 1.8 seconds off the pace of Ski out in front. He is one of the best rain drivers in the field. Harry there is currently half a second up in the first sector alone on the intermediates, looking pretty good on his second run. And actually had a purple first sector according to my screen. Ski goes even quicker now, the 142.5. What a lap! And once again, Ski there is the quickest driver in the rain, looking to solidify himself as a front-running contender. Yeah, there's almost no rain at this point. It's really looking good in the conditions right now. Williams coming out of the final corner. Is that Dervas heading into a lap? Yes, it is. So you got fuel to do another lap. So look at it. I should probably look at more telemetry, honestly, just to make sure. Yeah, Felix saying agreeing that the inters are quicker. He's on the track right now, and he's about to go into a lap. I think Felix could go for provisional pole this lap. Tice also is a second up on his lap currently, going through cups. He wants to not use too much deployment though, because obviously there's only so much you can have for the whole lap. Well, Darkson goes 5th fastest now on the wet tyres now, 1.4 seconds off of his teammate, he's also on 4 wets. So pretty even between the inters and the wets currently, but the crossover point will come soon for the inters, and we should see the intermediates being the preferred tyre. Purple middle sets for Tice, he's 2.5 seconds quicker, he's 2/10 quicker than Ski's lap currently on the inters now. So this should be the crossover point. Tice looking like a contender for pole. Harry goes quickest by 28 thousandths. Tice goes quickest with the 1 minute 41.6, 8/10 quicker than Harry in second. Great lap from Tice. Mythical Luca. There's no Sauber, so he went to Aston. CB improved by 2.7 seconds, goes to a second up. I think that could very well actually be. How many minutes? We started on time anyway, Harry. That's Dervas there. He's used all his deployment on this lap. He's done a great lap nonetheless. This could be provisional fall for Dervas. What's it going to be? It goes to second fastest. Only a 10th off to Tice there. So Dervas goes second quickest in the rain at Silverstone. Ski currently on the lap on the wet tyres again. He seems to be the only one at the front who's still on those tyres. My master there currently on the lap. He's 2.2 seconds up. He doesn't look quite as quick in the rain as his rivals. Yeah, so you get points from McLaren. Hubert gets points from Mercedes. He just went to McLaren for some reason. Wow, Hubert's really... Oh, Felix goes quickest! By 0.2 of a second over Tice. It was a huge improvement. My master goes fourth with another great lap as well. On the intermediate, 7/10 off Felix. Harry there continuing. Imagine if Felix got pole position today in Silverstone. That'd be absolute cinema. Harry across the line, starting his lap now. And CB there, Ski is a second up, which will be enough to get him onto the... provisional pole lap here. He's currently a second up on his previous attempts. Ski is just so much more committed. 1.4 seconds up. That'll be enough to get pole by half a second at least. And he's on the full wet still. So Ski looks like the quickest driver today by a mile in qualifying. Once again proving why he wants that. No, it's dry race, Fabian. Ski there continuing on. In the final sector now. Looking like the pole lap for Ski potentially, or at least the provisional pole lap. On the wet tyres. Off the final corner he comes across the line to 1 minute 40.8, half a second quicker than Felix, and that puts a big gap. Once again, the only driver on the wet tyres now is the car currently on provisional pole, so that's not good for the other drivers to know that he is easily the quickest driver today in the rain, as you'd expect from a controller player. I think Harry's on a lap, but I can't tell. Let's have a look at his sector time when he gets across there. Oh wait, Ruben can join, guys. Dan, invite Ruben on. I don't know if I have him added. Yeah, invite him after you do your lap. He's online, I think. I haven't got him added, I don't think. Do I not? Actually, I don't know why not. That's true. It's 40.8. So Harry would need 1.6 seconds at least to improve to provisional pole. Harry on the provisional pole lap here on the intermediate tyres, looking pretty good. Across the line to 1 minute 40.3, and he goes half a second quicker than Ski now, who's on the wet tyres. Good stuff. And CB goes quicker. His teammate, looking for his first career pole, goes fastest by half a tenth over his teammate. Great lap from CB. It's a front row lockout now for VCarb. Looking good for the VCarb comeback. Looking like season 10 again. My master is on a lap currently. He's 1.9 seconds off the provisional pole. He's 6/10 up in the first sector alone. Great lap coming up from my master here, looks like, in the Alpine. He looked pretty quick on his previous attempt. The track continues to dry up. Where is Ruben on? Okay, Dan, can you invite Ruben on when your lap's done? Your lap's invite Ruben on, he can join. We can have a lot of people. Dan goes quickest! 1:39.2, what a lap! Dan, once again, looking really good in the rain here. Looking like the contender, one of the favourites to get pole, along with Tice and Ski, looks like my favourites to get pole personally. If Tice goes out one more time, who was that? Just improved. Bonfield goes fourth quickest with a 1 minute 40.8, just a little bit quicker than Ski's lap. There's a car, I think that's Dervas on a lap behind, is that? Or is it on his out lap rather? Who's that? Hubert goes up. So who was that who just improved? My master is 1.5 seconds up on his lap. What's my master going to get? Is it going to be provisional pole? No, he goes second with half a second off Dan. Good lap from the Alpine driver. Puts himself into the fight to go for pole position for the win later today in this session. CB there heading into another lap, it looks like. Has the tyres up to temperature. Harry also is in the pit lane. He wants to go for a fresh air. Meanwhile, Bonfo currently a 10th down the first sector. May well be able to improve in the middle sector though. We'll see on this lap. Cuba has left the session. Another instance of Polish Wi-Fi. Where is he? He's not even online. Great. Oh, well, Bonfire taking an interesting line there across the grass. Puts the entire Magus and Beckett's. Interesting. Come. Yeah, I'm by you. Why are you there? Into the Magus and Beckett's complex. What happened, Fabian? Is your, like, internet not working? Rubenon, you can enter during quality. Rubenon, if you go in your spectator menu and you click on these, you see this spectator menu, if you scroll across using the menu that I'm looking at right now, you can select your Alpine car and drive for it. You can do that in the middle of qualifying. You don't have to be, you can just do that mid-session. Devas improves. At one point, he did improve at 1.9 seconds in his last run, but CB there currently a tenth up in the first sector. What's the middle sector looking like for him? John goes third with a 1 minute 39.9, 4.4 seconds quicker than his previous attempt, and he's now in the fight as well. Fabian, there's 3 minutes left in the session. You need to hurry up. Okay, he's not online anymore, so I can't invite him. That's fine. You can still do a good lap. Riley goes 8th quickest. Darkson goes fastest by 2/10. Holy shit, Darkson could get pole. Original pole for my GOAT Darkson, once again proving why he's so good in qualifying. CB goes quicker. 1 minute. So 1:38, the first driver to venture into the 38s. And he's now on provisional pole for VCARB. CB looking for his first career pole position now. So that's going to be the last run for CB, but is that going to be enough? John there joins late. I don't even know he was... Why are there 2 Johns? What the fuck? Wait, hold on a minute. Why have I got a visual glitch that says there's 2 Yeet Boy Johns in the session? Ruben Arn's called Yeet Boy John on my screen. Dan goes quickest again. Half a second the gap over CB. This could be pole for Dan. Great lap from Dan once again. He's really on it today in Silverstone. Ski is on his outlap. And we want to see actually Tice. What's Tice looking like on his run? He's not started. Let's watch Tice's lap when he does eventually do it. Is that Mythical Luca? Oh, is that Dervas goes second quickest? Second fastest for Dervas. He goes up to second. Great lap from him at the very end of the session. He's not over yet. There's still time for him to do another lap. If he keeps it going. I mean, I'm going to invite you very quickly, but you're going to have very little time to join. I don't think he'll make it to join at all at this rate. I'm trying to invite him, but he's not online yet on my screen. I can't, bro. Oh, actually, oh yeah, hold on. You're offline, but they will still come through, I think. Let me find you. Where is Fabian? I don't want to miss anything in qualifying, though. That's what I mean. He has to join mid-quali, and there's only a minute left, so you have a minute to join, Fabian. And Dan has spun in cups, it looks like. Is anyone on a lap? Is there a Ferrari on a lap I just saw? Is that Darksen? Darksen is on a lap, looking to go for pole position for the first time in his career, which will be so peak. Dan's retired from the session for provisional pole. Yeah, Ski is Tice on a lap currently. He's on his lap still. Ski's now in a lap, so let's see what Ski can do. Sliding through the first corner, though, that could cost him time. But it's very committed from the Ferrari driver. Harry's also on a lap currently on the Silverstone livery, looking to get pole at home. Darksen, there's 6/10 off in the first sector. This is enough for provisional pole for Darksen. This is a great lap from the Ferrari driver. Only in the first sector alone is he 6/10 up. This could be a monster lap from Darksen. He looks so good in the rain. My Mas hasn't got time, has he? He's going to barely have enough time to set a lap. There's a Sauber in the way. No, he's going to run out of time. No, my Master miscalculated. He's not going to have time to finish. No, he's going to be 5th at best. And my Master ruins his chances. And Darksen... Yeah, it's too late, Fabian. But you can't race, though. And Darksen there is 1.4 seconds up. This could be the pole lap for Darksen. Wait, Fabian did join. You have to take control literally right now, bro. He already has joined. Felix goes to pole! No way! Oh my god, Felix on provisional pole for Haas! Are you sure goes third? And Darksen beats it! What a lap by Darksen! He's 3/10 ahead of him. Who can beat the lap? Is Harry quick enough? What about Tice? What's Tice got in the bag? He's on a lap currently. Let's have a look at his middle sector when he gets there. Ski's on a phenomenal lap, but is it enough? I don't know if it is. He looks pretty close, but I think Darkson might get pole. Oh, it's going to be so close. Is Ski going to be quick enough on the final corner? No, he's not. Ski goes second to front row, look out for Ferrari. What if, just like last season it could have been, this season they actually do get it. Harry, though, goes fourth quickest. Darkson's still first. Bonfo goes quickest by half a second. What a lap by Bonfo. At the very end of the session, John's 1.5 seconds up. What's Tice going to manage now? He's 3.2 seconds quicker than his previous attempt, but he's run out of deployment. And Tice, out the final corner, he goes second fastest, 2/10 off Bonfo. Great lap once again. And that was John, the only driver to be able to set a time. And he comes across the line, and it's going to be, I think it was P7. What position was it? P6 for John at the end. And it's Bonfo, who gets a first career pole position in the rain at Silverstone. What a lap by Bonfo. Gets pole position. Much sure everyone's rejoicing. What a lap by Bonfo. First and fifth for Haas. One of their best qualifyings ever. Incredible. Tice goes second quickest. Darkson third. And Dan, who was on provisional pole for so long, is now down to 8th place. What a session here today. Unbelievable pole position lap from Bonfo. And we now have a total of 19 drivers ready for the race. This is the record for the season, 19 drivers for the British Grand Prix, the crown jewel event of the NPL season. And Drags was a tenth slower than Hubert at the back of the field there in the McLaren. We have Fabian back in the Williams like he was in season 10. What a race this could be with Bonfo on pole position, chasing down his first career win, gets his first career pole in phenomenal circumstances here at Silverstone. What a session this is turning into. Oh, I'm so excited for this race. He has to overtake a lot of people without getting taken out. I think it will happen. Just let Nate take his course, Harry. I low-key think Fabian's going to get murdered in someone, I can't lie. We'll see. Okay, so Ruben just said, I've done no practice. I hope it's going to be good. I do believe this race is going to be peak. I think you'll find it's dry conditions here today. Bonfo on pole position, once again proving why he is one of the most difficult drivers to beat in qualifying with his first career pole, finally. It's great to see. After 14 races in the season, he finally does get his first pole. What a turnaround for Bonfo. The last season when he first joined, he was definitely a midfield driver. And now already he's established himself as one of the top front-running drivers in the field. This could be a great position for Bonfo to go for his first career victory today against Tice on the front row, looking for his first win since season 11 in Spain. Also, infamously had an accident in his last race before he got banned in Silverstone back in season 11 in race 8. It was looking pretty plausible that he could have won that race with the pace advantage he had. So, Darkson and John starting on the soft tyres? That's a terrible decision. Meanwhile, Mindmaster isn't moving. Why is he not moving? Mindmaster, hello? I don't like that Mindmaster is just sitting... Oh, he got disqualified. Oh no. Please tell me he's not AFK. Can we get Mindmaster to come back? Where is he, bro? Oh, I don't want that to be a fucking recreation of what could have happened in fucking Australia real life. It's gonna be Fabian, bro. He's gonna drive into Mindmaster. So Bonfo there's aggressively weaving the medium tyres. A lot of drivers opting for a different strategy. We have 4 drivers on the softs. We have Ruben on, we have Hubert, John. So both McLarens went for the softs. Of course, Hubert is a Mercedes driver, so just keep that in mind. Also, Fabian is a McLaren driver, even though he's driving for Williams today, which is something you don't really see very often for Fabian. Jan has now joined. He'll be able to spectate the session. Yeah, Groundcrackers wants to get to the front. There's a massive train of cars at the back. Fabian, though, is in the midst of it. Oh, wait, did Hubert disconnect? Oh, they've got some message. I think Mindmaster might not even make the start of the race because he's low-key just not here. Where did he go? Yeah, Hubert disconnected. You got invited back. So what a top 5 we have. Bonfo, Tice, Darkson, Ski, and Felix. No, Bonfo! Well, overshot his grid box and is going to be starting further back. Tice has a great opportunity to get the lead into turn 1. This is what Tice wants to see. He could get his first career win in a long time and get retribution for season 11. What a cinema thing that would be. Oh, Hubert disconnected again. Oh my god, Hubert's internet's so bad. Very plausible. I'm worried that my master's AFK, but I don't actually know. Here we go then. For the British Grand Prix. 19 drivers line up on the grid for the British Grand Prix in NPL Season 14, and it is. Lights out, away we go. Pretty even start between the top two. Does Bonfire get the better getaway? Jesus Christ, that was a tongue twister. Into the first corner. Contact behind. There's Mercedes at Are You Sure? And Dan making contact almost. Into the first corner there goes a massive landslide. Cars side by side all throughout the field. Tries to go straight down to last place. Hubert didn't have the best of starts either. And my master did in fact start the race. Is there going to be a crash midway through the pack? Side by side here already. Felix side by side with Ski for P4. Contacts behind. 3 wide behind them. Harry and Dan. That could be a crash. It's not off the track. Goes CB into the grass. That could be an accident as well. There's a huge landslide of cars in the midfield. And already continuing on, but it is Bonford that leads from Ty second. Darkson stays third. And Hubert once again disconnects from the session straight away. And look at this battle between Dan and Graham Crackers. Right on the outside goes My Master on CB. He's trying what he can to get in this fight. He looks pretty good here. And he does go around the outside of CB there. Great overtake from the Alpine driver looking for his first career victory in NPL. But it's Bonford that still leads. Darkson on the soft tyres will look to get most out of those tyres at the start of the race. Hoping for a safety car early on to make his strategy work. Felix up to 4th already. Good stuff from him. For Fabian, a wonderful start in the Williams on the back of the field there. He's right behind CB and also My Master as well in this fight. CB has lost 4 feedback apparently, and he's got Fabian right behind him now. This could be a problem for him in this race. Already Fabian there taking a look on the outside of CB, who's chasing down My Master for position. There's that battle behind us, CB Drags and Dervas for P17. Drags sends it down the inside of Dervas. That was a very aggressive move. He pushes him wide and immediately kicks the place away. Dervas has damage as well. That was a very aggressive move from Drags. Not the best move, I can't lie. That was a bit dirty, but oh well. Hubert though in last place has disconnected again. I believe that Bonfire gets fastest lap and that's Ty's right behind him. Then it is Darkson in P3. And then we have Felix just behind that on 4th place on the medium tyres. So, looking pretty strung out at the moment this field. But Harry there right behind John, trying to get back ahead of him after a difficult qualifying he had. Dan also starting far down the order. He mistimed his final run quite badly. He should have had loads of fuel and tried a different run. Meanwhile, here comes My Master now chasing down Graham Crackers for P10. Looking to get back into the top 10 on the hard tyre runner of Graham Crackers. Could be a move going into this corner. He's on the inside line. He's going to send it, is he? Hubert says try again, please. Side by side, meanwhile, Graham Crackers is still alongside him. I'm trying to watch while I'm inviting Hubert. And yes, he does indeed have the outside line on Graham Crackers. Will he make it stick around the outside? It's very close between them. Very respectful racing between the Alpine and the Red Bull driver. It looks like the Alpine may just get ahead, and he does indeed. Here comes Harry now. Also, that's CB in this fight in P12, currently trying to get back in the top 10, with Fabian right behind him, trying to get in this fight. Hubert once again rejoins the session and continues to disconnect every time he joins back. Meanwhile, John is right behind Ski now for P5, the driver who won last race. Ski there, under pressure from the McLaren driver just behind. And meanwhile, My Master chasing down in P9 already, right behind him. So you have some great front-running drivers in the midfield. Meanwhile, is that a move there from Ski on Felix? Ski around the outside. Is there going to be contact between them? There is a little bit of contact, and Felix half spins, but he does save the car, and now John goes past him as well. And he's going to go all the way down to P6 now as Felix after being in P4. And Felix goes in deep once again. A classic move from him. And there goes down around the outside of Are You Sure? Contact as well. Will Minesweeper go past, or My Master rather go past? No, Meow Ski gets the fast half of the race. Big move on the inside there from Minesweeper. I love calling him Minesweeper. I'm going to keep calling him Minesweeper, I don't give a fuck. Minesweeper down the inside of Are You Sure? Into the first corner. He did not make the move stick at Abbey there. Meanwhile, is Ty's going to go for a move? There's more battles going on here between Felix and John. And Harry's also in this fight. Big slide up from Felix. Here comes Harry now to the outside. Chasing him down for P6. Gets the switch back off the corner. Here's great momentum. It looks like Harry's going to have the momentum swing in his favour here coming off the corner. And he does indeed continue on his way. Now down the inside he goes into the middle sector now. And it is indeed Ski looking pretty quick. What happened now? Is that a collision? Oh, My Master spun, he's down to P12, having been battling. Who was he battling with? What happened? He's now continuing on. CB there, saving battery. He's now got Fabian right behind him. CB is really holding up Fabian now in this midfield fight. Are you sure there? Continues on. He's actually lost the air to Dan. He's also got Felix right behind Harry as well as Harry right behind John. So looking pretty close, this battle between these guys in the battle for P5. Meanwhile, here comes Tice on Bonfo. Will he go for the race lead on Bonfo? They're side by side almost, but Tice is still right behind him now. And Darkson's Tyware is going to start making a difference now as he's got his teammates slowly closing in on him. But it is Tice still continuing on. Is there a battle behind Hubert and Drags are battling for P19 as Drags seems to have gone off on his lost position now to Hubert, who has indeed joined back and continues to like his way in P18. Meanwhile, Fabian there battling with CB. He's going to go for the switchback off the corner. Good stuff from Fabian on the inside of CB there. Is there going to be contact? He goes off into the gravel, but he's still side by side with him. And he does go to the inside as Fabian. I think he's going to get the moves to say yes, he does. Some great front running drivers here, having a nice battle for P10 at the moment. Right behind, are you sure? They've lost zeros. Oh, Harry has front wing damage now from John after John braked early. Here comes Harry, they're running outside of John. Meanwhile, Tice goes past Bonfo on the inside. I didn't see that happening. And it's side by side for the race team between Bonfo and Tice. And Tice gets the lead off Bonfo finally. But Bonfo gets the switchback. He's on the inside of Cops. This could end badly. Oh my god, they just managed to keep it out of any incidents there. And Darksen is now back in the fight for the race lead. With Ski right behind him. And Harry is also... Oh, John spins out by himself. How did John spin at Cops? What the fuck? So John just spun out in a flat out corner. I've never seen that before. Get him in tier 3, bro. What is this? And CB there now right behind John. He's now slot back in P10 right behind Fabian on the hard tyres. He's looking to get in this fight. Meanwhile, here comes down on Felix now on the outside line. Is he going to send it on the outside? He thought about it. Felix with some good defending does stay ahead. Meanwhile, CB there and John battling together. Meanwhile, Mindmaster's now battling with John. And there's a crash. Drax is out of the session and he's in the wall, and that's a safety car. I think Drax did that on purpose so John could pit, I can't lie. Anyway, my game is lagging. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Harry, let's get a box. So it's Tice that leads them from Bond for a second. And Darkson third. Darkson should pit, honestly. I don't think you see the point in staying out on the soft tyres. In fairness, actually, I don't think he should, because everyone else will be in the same boat as him. He should just follow what everyone else is doing. It's not worth doing a two-stop at Silverstone, bro. So John, Rubenon, Dervas and Hubert pit, and everyone else stays out. John is now P15 on the hard tyres, but he does probably have the ability to go to the end of the race now. He could maybe get to the end if you have good. John's tyre saver could maybe get his tyres to the end, we'll see. What happened to Are You Sure? What the fuck? Is he lagging or something? Oh, Are You Sure's lag is really bad. Oh my god. Why is he 14th, bro? What is this? Dan and Felix having an issue there. Felix goes back past Dan now for P6. We saw Tice joining leading the race for the first time in a while. Darkson also looked for his first podium of the season in the Ferrari in P3. Oh, a few drivers pit. Is that... Don't speed in the pit lane. Why did Ski get a penalty? Ski got 10 seconds. My master gets a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, man. Wait, Tice pitted from the lead? Okay, wow, a lot of drivers pitted. So Bonfo now leads from Darksen and Felix, then Fabian is up to third, Grumcrackers is fourth. Fabian's in a great position now in the hard tyres. He made the right call to start on the hard, I think. Grumcrackers is fifth. Riley's in sixth, with John now seventh, eighth to Rubenon, and they've all just lost track position for no fucking reason to the drivers that they were judging for pitting a minute ago. You guys are all stupid. Anyway, Tice there in Q11, Dan P12, My master third. Yeah, you've just lost track position to fucking John, Rubenon, Devas, and Hubert for no reason. So now you're what? 14th, and oh. So my master on the soft tyres, looking to have a good restart to try and get as big of a gap he can before he pits for another set of tyres on the later in the race. In fairness, there was not 20 people that race, Harry. There's like, I think it was like, was it really 15? I thought it was less than that. It was like 13. Not to undermine what your achievements, Harry, though, but you've done some. I did go from 15th to 3rd in Las Vegas last season, so. Bonfo's leading from Darks in second, Felix in third. Fabian is on hards though in fourth. He looks like the favourite at the moment for the race win. I have a feeling, right, there's going to be a red flag and it's going to massively benefit Fabian and it's going to ruin the race. I'm joking. Also, Fabian can't go on to another set of hards, so he's kind of cooked if there's a red flag right now. If there's a red flag now, Fabian won't be able to go to the end of the race on the mediums. Tice could though, because Tice is a good goat. In this lap for the car. That was right. I guess the whole field has already caught up, so Felix once again almost overtook Darkseid under the safety car. He's currently in P2, chasing down Bonfo. Here we go, then looking for a restart. Bonfo doing the restart. Watch out, guys. I thought Rubenon almost just murdered himself on the back of John's car. Bonfo is about to go. Here we go, Darkseid there. And Tice did not realize it was green flag racing. He's now going to lose time to Hubert in front. And meanwhile, Darkseid there chasing down the race lead off of Bonfo. This is an interesting race. I didn't expect to see these contenders in the race. Oh, Felix almost spun out and he's sliding around. He continues on. Meanwhile, having side by side with Graham Crackers, who's standing it behind. Meanwhile, what's going on in this midfield fight? John is battling with Riley. Rubenon's battling with Dervas. And you've got Hubert right behind Dervas as well on those fresh hard tyres. He's trying to get in this fight. He actually has a great opportunity to be in a net race lead, actually, Hubert. The net race leader would actually be John because he's already pitted, so he's actually in a great position there. Riley lets him pass, and he's going to hold up the cars behind now, I feel. Ruben on there chasing down Riley as well on the inside line. And here comes Dervas. That could be a crash between Ruben and Dervas. Here comes Hubert as well. Is there going to be 3 wide into Cups? Surely they won't. Almost a crash. Right on the outside goes Dervas on Rubenon into Cups corner. They go off the track, both of them do. And they still continue on. They're not going to have an incident there, but it's so close. Meanwhile, my master and Ty side by side behind. And Tice does get in front. Meanwhile, they're still side by side between Dervas and Rubenon. I know he can't stay ahead, but now it's Hubert right behind Rubenon as well. Onto the grass goes Rubenon, and that's going to be a great exit for Hubert now. He's going to go off the corner with a chance to go for P9. Meanwhile, Fabian's right behind Felix in the battle for P3. Meanwhile, Dervas going past Riley as well. A little bit of an incident there with a contact between those two. And now they continue on their way. Hubert, though, in a great position here in this race to go to the end on this hard, arguably. I don't know if this tie will be that good. Look at this battle there in the midfield. Rubenon, Minesweeper, and Tice. Huge battle in the midfield. Contact with Rubenon, with Riley as well, and Tice continues on. Oh, contact, a big crash into the wall. Goes Farry there, and there's Minesweeper involved as well. My master, I should say. Harry has big front wing damage now, down to P17. And that is why pitting is always bad, because you get involved in this shit. For fuck's sake. So, Harry there. You can go to the end on the hard, so if he does pit now. Meanwhile, there goes Fabian there, side by side Felix. Felix defending hard. And he does actually fend off Fabian for one more lap, but Fabian is still right behind him. Meanwhile, Darkseid putting all the pressure in the world on Bonfo out in front for the race lead here at this drive. Obviously, Darkseid has good tyre saving, you know. This could actually be a lead fight between Bonfo and Darkseid. This would be phenomenal to see. 2 drivers that have never won before, battling it out for the race lead. Of course, both of them have podiums in their career. Fabian goes down the inside of Cups, goes past Felix into P3, and he now continues on his way. And once again, now Tice continues on. I think he just got past Rubenon there in Cups. He's chasing down. There's a lot of overtakes in Cups. Look at this side by side between Ski and Rubenon in the middle of Magus and Beckett, and Dan is now in this fight as well, looking to get a better exit. He's got Are You Sure behind him. Look at this Ski there, goes past Rubenon. Here comes Dan to make it 3 wide potentially down the straight. This is phenomenal racing at Silverstone in the midfield. Here goes Tice as well on the inside of Riley, sends it on the inside line, and he is going to go past. Meanwhile, that's still 3 wide. Dan goes in deep, and he's going to lose time here, it looks like, to CB as well. And he loses the place to Rubenon. There goes Are You Sure down the inside, sends it on the inside. CV has to go in deep to avoid a crash. And Are You Sure still there, around the outside of Dan. What a move! If you can pull this off, they're still side by side. And no Darkseid pitted. And he's, why are you on mediums? Why would you go to mediums, Darkson? For fuck's sake. Why are you actually doing Ferrari strategies, bro? Why didn't you pit for hards? Oh my god. Anyway, are you sure goes past Ruben on as well? Battling for P12 as well. And right, a contact, he spins right in the path of Dan. Oh, that was Mythical Luca, I should say. He almost crashed out into him. And my master there on the softs continues to have a torrid race. Meanwhile, Felix dropping down the order. And has been overtaken by Graham Crackers now and John as well. John has already pitted and can likely go to the end. John could actually win this race, you know, which would be a big turnaround and get him his first win of the season. Fabian, though, is in a net P2 currently. He hasn't pitted yet, though, so John has. So this is great for John. He can, if he can just cruise around, he could probably win the race. He has all the advantage in the world here, does John. Despite being so far down the order before, he's now actually in, potentially even a net race lead. Dervas is in a net P2 because he's also pitted, and Hubert's in net P3, so we have a really interesting complexion of drivers here in this race, all in contention to win, who would usually not be in the fight. So we don't know who's going to win this race. It really is a matter of debate. Let's see. Dervas chasing down Graham Crackers. Almost hits the back of him there as he sends it into the corner, but he's still right behind Graham Crackers now in the battle for P4 on track. Dervas still has pitted, but will have to pit again. If something is contact though, almost with Felix, who sent it very late on the brakes into the back of Dervas. Felix once again there, sliding off the corner. He needs to chill out on these exits, man. That's one thing I've always noticed with Felix, is he just does not have it in him to chill out. There goes Fabian there on Bonfo in the battle for the race lead. And Bonfo fend off Fabian, the championship leader, looking to continue on his way. What is an interesting strategy. Okay. That instant midfield. Red flag would actually benefit Fabian so much that like actually wouldn't. He hasn't got any more hearts to use. Battle team down and Riley contact. Riley goes off the track a little bit down. Here comes CB as well on the outside of Riley now. He closes the door. They're still side by side. Riley sends it and CB will get the switchback, it looks like. Around the outside, can he go? Still there. Yeah, Riley did low-key just move across on CB in the straight. Meanwhile, here comes Fabian on Bonfo. We can get past him. Meanwhile, Dervas goes down the inside of Graham Crackers into Cops. That's a very aggressive place to make a move. He goes down the inside and he sends it. What a move by Dervas down the inside of Cops. Great move. Meanwhile, the battling continues between Tyson and Hubert. Tyson looking to get himself into the fight for the race lead. Because, of course, John is the net race leader when the pit stop cycle continues. Whoa, contact again with Hubert. Tyson does go past now. Here comes Ski, though, with a great exit off the corner. Could get Tyson as well. Probably has lower wings. We'll see what Tyson can do. I think Tyson might be cooked. We'll see what he can do to defend against Ski going down to this corner. There's absolute chaos in this race currently. I don't know where to look. There's so much going on. There goes Tyson down inside of Ski, or Ski on the outside rather. Goes off the track and tries to get past. Meanwhile, though, Tyson still alongside. Ski does try and send it down the inside. Has to give space. And he does. Bonfo pits from the race lead, and he will now try and go to the end on the hard tyres. And it's now Fabian that leads the race. Felix, look how close this midfield racing is. Absolutely insane. Here comes Ski around the outside of Felix now into turn one, and he does make the move stick on Felix. Here comes Hubert as well, trying to get back past him too. Felix is yet to pit in this race, I believe. Darkson gets the fast lap of the race now at the back of the field. He looks pretty quick. It's a shame his race came undone when he pitted for medium tyres for some reason. Oh yeah, wait, did he pit again? And here comes Graham Crackers on Dervas. Look at this closing speed for Graham Crackers. How did Dervas go so slow on the straight? And now Graham Crackers, they're chasing him down, and Harry gets the fastest lap on the hard tyres now, down in P18. He's chasing down Riley, who just pitted. Was that off the track there for someone? 4 wide, what the fuck? 4 wide there between Dan, Hubert, CB, and Felix. What the hell was that? Here comes Dervas being under pressure from Graham Crackers as well. And John is running away with the net race lead. He's actually right behind Fabian now. John actually could get the race lead just outright off of Fabian here. And continue on his way to go for what could be his first win of the season and since season 13 Australia. Hubert there, right behind CB, with Dan in front of that. Once again, strategy being John's strong suit. Could get him the winner. Here comes Tyson on the inside of Graham Crackers. He goes down the inside, he does make that move. Tyson will now set sights after Dervas out in front in what is a net P2. This is the battle for the podium between John, Dervas and Tice. Of course, Dervas though has to pit again. Ski probably would think hasn't. So and my projection is that John is the net race leader from Tice second and Ski third, with Dan fourth, CB fifth, and then Hubert in sixth. And then Ruben on also probably has to pit again, so does Dervas. Meanwhile, there goes Ski there side by side with Graham Crackers, who of course has not pitted yet in this race. He does give him the place back, but he goes in deep into the corner, and this could be a chance for Ski to go back past. He goes really deep off the corner. Oh, almost in contact, and he gets pushed on the grass. And Graham Crackers pushes Ski right out. I didn't know he was there, I don't think, and that's contact between them. Loki just killed Ski. Yeah, Graham Crackers there probably could have given some more room, to be honest. And now Dan is the one behind Graham Crackers in the battle for P5. And there goes Tice down the inside of Dervas into P3 goes. That's a net P2. Now he'll set his sights after John in P1. Oh, he's in P2 on track, but Fabian still has to pit, so it's Fabian with the advantage. What happened with Graham? Oh, Graham there spins CB around. CB there may have damage on the front right side of his wing. I think he might have had that already. Graham Crackers there with some very aggressive battles there. Could see some incident reports coming after the race for Graham Crackers. Hubert there right behind him. Ski as well, though, is closing in on the McLaren driver of Hubert. Of course, he is a Mercedes driver, really, but he's actually in a great position today to get some good points. He could get a top 5 if he keeps this up. Ruben on there, continuing nicely in P9. CB in P10, though, after spinning around. And here goes Mythical Luca off the track. He's in the crash from Are You Sure? Oh, Are You Sure spins it into the wall he goes! That could be a safety car. And it is a VSC. I caught that right as it happened. And that was right after Fabian. Dervas should pit, honestly. And he does. Dervas does pit from P4. So that's good for Dervas. 3 pit stop for him. And also for Rubenon. Rubenon does pit as well. Graham Crackers pits. And so does Ski, interestingly. I don't know why Ski pitted. He wants to go on the hards again or something. Did Ski get damaged or what? Ski is going on to a second set of the hard tyres. And he'll now go to the end on those quite comfortably. That's going to end in a second. Oh, that's really bad for the guys that pitted. That's going to cost some time. But they still would have had to put on the green flag anyway, where it's likely, so that's probably did work out in their favour. Meanwhile, Darkson's back in the top 10. How the fuck is he back to 6th already? He was fucking 18th. And now he's 6th again because so many cars just pitted. Meanwhile, Are You Sure in the pit lane is now losing time because he had to change the front wing. Here comes Riley now in this fight. He's going to have a lot of people now into P11. And Ski now comes out in P10 right behind Graham Crackers once again. Zervaster in P8, chasing down Bonfer in P7, who has already pitted. Bonfer goes down the inside of Darkson, but there's almost contact. There is contact between them. Darkson, this is actually for position between these two. Around the outside he goes, and he does get them into stick. Good stuff there from Bonfer. Darkson on the 2-stop strategy there, of course. Interestingly, Hubert there is in P5, has already pitted. And Bonfer, though, can comfortably get to the end. He doesn't have to tyre save at all. Meanwhile, I don't know what happened, but John lost about 3.5 seconds to Fabian. Or 3 seconds, rather. What happened? Yeah, he must have had a really bad VSC. Didn't expect the safety car VSC to come in so soon. Oh, Dan's right behind Tice out of nowhere. Where the fuck did Dan come from in this race? He's right behind Tice for what could be a net P2. Tice might. We'll see what Tice's tyre wear is looking like. He did manage to get pretty far on the mediums and Zambors, so I do think his tyre saving is pretty supreme. Meanwhile, Are You Sure and Mythical Luca there battling for position. How is Are You Sure already ahead of Mythical Luca again? Stuff from him, and they're battling it out for P16 currently. And Harry's now back in this fight. He's chasing down Rubenon for P14. I think Harry can just about get those hards to the end, but it'll be pretty hard to do that. Meanwhile, look at this battle between Dervas and Graham Crackers. That could be a crash. Dervas almost crashed with him there, but he does indeed continue on. And Dervas goes on to used hards, but he's actually looking much quicker than Graham Crackers on those fresh mediums currently. Down the inside goes Dervas into turn 3, and he pushed him off the track. And could this be a through-go ski moment? No, he almost gets hit. And look at this, what the fuck are they doing? Dervas gets punted, and he punts Graham Crackers off the track. And he goes way wide and off the track now, and he goes down to P10 because of that. And Dervas is letting him pass. Good sportsmanship from Dervas. Did not enjoy the way that happened. Dervas now continues on, and Felix there has got CB behind. Dan there, though, is right behind Tice for P3 currently, and John is continuing to close back in now on Fabian, potentially. I don't think he has the pace to, though. He's struggling to stay with Fabian. He looks really quick on those hard tyres, of course. Dan has wing damage? Oh, he does on the front right end plate. So that's going to make a huge difference to his tyre wear. Probably Dan will likely have to pit again. Tice maybe will not. John as well probably won't either. So Fabian is going to have a lot of work to do to come back through the field to win this race if he does want to do this strategy. But these VSCs have been working in his favour, I think, and the trap position as well. So Fabian could generally do a true last to first today, which would be pretty impressive. We'll see what he can do. Tice hasn't really made inroads on John, but I think he's just trying to save his tyres. Meanwhile, Felix and Riley are about into P11. And Felix does go by, and Riley there sends it back down the inside. Nice racing between them, and CB is right behind them as well, trying to stay in this fight. Very interesting race. I can't believe how much is going on. Like, the whole field is just so inseparable at the moment. Meanwhile, Tice and Dan are battling. Dan goes down the inside of Tice, who also has front wing damage, and indeed goes into third. But here comes Tice back at him as well, down the inside, they're side by side. Oh, Tice spins almost. Yellow flags? Is that Felix? Felix there, I think, did he crash with Riley by any chance? Oh, Riley there, pushing CB wide. CB not happy there. Oh, this could be an intentional crash for CB. You know, Riley there does get pushed a bit by CB there, so CB doesn't need to continue on. Is Hubert actually in a position to get a podium today? He could actually do so if he can get those tyres to the end. Wouldn't be out of the question. Meanwhile, Bonfo, who is definitely going to the end on these tyres, could very well come through the field and still win this race. Bonfo, he is in a great position to win still, I'd like to mention. And meanwhile, Darkson there is, oh yeah, flags, is that for Mythical Luca in Cups? Spun around by himself, it looks like. I'm not sure if it was though. Riley battling with Harry now. Harry goes around the outside of Riley and does go past into P12. Harry continues down to P12, he's chasing down CB, who's on the medium tyres. And Riley pits now. I have a feeling Riley's going to cause a safety car, wink wink. Anyway, Bonfo there, chasing down Hubert. Actually, if that happens, that's going to benefit Fabian's race so much. That would really suck, I can't lie. I think Fabian may have to pit soon, though, we'll see. He's probably holding out for a safety car at this point, because that would give Fabian the chance to win the race. There goes Bonfo down the inside of Hubert, in the middle sector. That'd be a great overtake if he can make. He's got loads of battery to use, but Hubert will stay strong on the outside line, going into Cup's corner. And Bonfo there, trusting he has more battery, does indeed, and goes ahead into P5 now. Bonfo continues to set his sights after the race-leading cars. Bonfo looking to get retribution for F2 earlier today when he liked out of what would have been the race win. Looking to win his first career victory here today in Silverstone, which would be an absolutely phenomenal thing to see. Safety car now would actually give Fabian the win, by the way. Fabian pits from the lead, as I say that. And the safety car now would be pretty tough. Brad, maybe right after he comes out of the pit lane. Dan pits now, he's not going to risk it on those hard tyres anymore. And John will now take the lead of the race. John now leads, and I'm going to watch Riley now because I have a feeling he's going to crash at any second now. There's no battles going on, so I may as well just watch it. Yeah, so Hubert, Dan didn't. Fabian didn't even come out that far behind these guys in this race when he came back out the pit lane, so that's not good for the cars in front. Bonfo's got a lot of work to do if he wants to win this race. He has to fend off a raging Fabian on the medium tyres. Meanwhile, here comes My Master chasing that. Are you sure? He's currently P16. He's having a really difficult racer. Is My Master once again to the inside of Are you sure? He's going to send it. Does go for the move. John is leading the race with Ty second and Bonfo third. But Fabian has to overtake 3 people to win the race. Yeah, I'm not sure what John and Ty's tyre is looking like, but they could, in theory, get to the end if they can save their tyres really carefully here. But Bonfo and Fabian are closing in at quite a rate of knot. This could be a barnstorming end to the race here at Silverstone between 4 people contending for the win here, which would be Fabian, Bonfo, Tyson, John. 3 of those drivers have not won this season. John pits from the lead. Ty stays out. So Ty thinks I think Ty staying out is the best option because if there's a safety car late in the race, he could very well capitalise from that. So it looks like Bonfo and Fabian can be the favourites to win this race currently. Bonfo versus Fabian for the win, looking plausible. What a comeback from Fabian it would be if he wins, by the way. Incredible performance. Meanwhile, CB and Dan are side by side. A little bit of contact in the braking zone. Dan goes down the inside of CB, and he does make it stick. It goes up into P7 now, does Dan on the medium tyres, so looking good. And Bonfo there continues to close in on tyres, of course, has that front wing damage. It was overtaken by Dan not too long ago. 9 laps to go in the race, and 5.3 seconds the gap between Bonfo and Fabian, but Fabian is quite considerably quicker than Bonfo in front. Question is, can he overtake him? Bonfo going to want to save some battery here. Probably get him Ty's. If he can get past Ty's before Fabian gets past him, that could be good, because Ty's, we know, is very good at defending Fabian. We saw it yesterday in Zandvoort. Here comes CB there after Dan, maybe for P7. And John there on P5 now on the medium tyres. Could very well get a podium today, looking very, very realistic. Will Ty's pit again is the question. I think Ty should just stay out as long as he can until the tyre basically pops, because otherwise he'll cost himself a chance to win. Fabian is really pushing here. He looks very fast on those medium tyres. Fresh mediums and the fastest driver on the field. You'd expect Fabian to win this race under normal circumstances against Bonfo. He's gained about 2 seconds on Bonfo this lap alone, so Fabian looks ridiculously fast. It's looking pretty inevitable that Fabian gets past Bonfo unless Bonfo can pull off a masterclass in defending. It's not looking very likely that we'll see Bonfo win this race, but we shall see. Bonfo there is right behind Thijs. I would love for Thijs to hold up Fabian, that'd be very key. Fabian gets fastest lap by a huge margin. He gains so much time on Bonfo, that's terrifying. Graham Crackers now pits from P6. And John there chasing down Ski for P4 now. Could very well get in a fight for the podium by the end of the race, we'll see. Bonfo there is very close to the DRS range of Thijs now. Using the battery to close in is Bonfo. Fabian there still ever closing on Bonfo and Thijs in front. There is a big train there. Ruben holding up a bunch of cars behind him. He's got Hubert and Darksen as well as Felix. And my master down inside goes Hubert off the Ruben for P10. This is for points. And here comes Darksen trying to get back in the fight as well. Darksen will be pulling for a great comeback if he does in fact get points today. Felix almost spun off the corner. That's going to give Mind Master a chance to go past him. Darksen there is closing in on Ruben. He's just sitting duck down the straight who has no DRS. Down inside goes Darksen into P11. And he'll now set his sights after Hubert in P10. He looked plausible to get a podium earlier. Here goes Felix, chasing down Ruben. My Master P14 as well. Into the gravel goes Felix. Here comes My Master down the inside, almost contact. Will he thread the needle on his teammate? It's 2 wide. Look at this, 3 wide into Cups. 3 wide they go. Ruben a sitting duck and he loses 2 places in one corner. Felix goes round the outside of Cups. What a move by Felix. Round the outside of Cups on My Master. And My Master sends it down inside into Maggots and Beckett. Meanwhile, Fabian and John and Thijs are right together once again. And Bonfo is pulling away out in front now with Thijs in P2. Can Thijs fend off Fabian? Yeah, Felix actually did pull off a really good overtake there. John there chasing down the leading cars now on those fresh mediums. But Fabian there looking inevitable in this race to get past Thijs at this stage. Look how much he gains in the braking zone alone. And Thijs looking... Thijs has wing damage, it's really costing him. He will probably put everything he can into defending Fabian. The championship leader by almost 80 points coming into this race, looking to extend that championship lead over his rivals. Well, if I'm trying to run the outside of Thijs, that could be a move that would be worth trying to make. And now Bonfo continues to try and pull away out in front. He's outside DRS range of Thijs already, which is good news for him, but Fabian looking very close to Thijs now. Can he get past him is the question. Will Thijs be able to defend against Fabian, the current championship leader? Looking very quick in this race currently, with a huge tyre advantage. Of course, Thijs' front wing damage will make a big difference in his race. Riding the curve there is Fabian, but it is Bonfo pulling away now because of this. Thijs holding up to Fabian in this race. But Fabian looking pretty quick on the exit of the corner. The low wings could benefit him here. This Thijs going to run out of battery. He's going to send it around the outside of Thijs. The side-by-side contact. Oh, there's a crash between Fabian and Thijs, and they spin around! Fabian and Thijs are both off the track. Unbelievable scenes. And Thijs, here comes John into P3! John could get a podium against Fabian. And Thijs now pits. And Ski's now back in the fight for P4. And it's now 10 seconds the gap between Bonfo and Fabian out in front. I think Thijs tried to send it on the inside, but his front wing damage met him he understeered straight into Fabian and caused a crash. Unfortunate for Thijs there. There's John P3, but Bonfo is actually in a position now to win the race. There's no contest. There's no way Fabian can close in 9.5 seconds in 6 laps. No, Fabian, after that, he's got John on his tail now. John's actually in with a chance on this fresh mediums to overtake Fabian. Imagine the scenes if John can overtake Fabian, his teammate, for second place. McLaren looking for a double podium today. Meanwhile, Hubert and Darksen make a great battle for P8 now. Darksen goes past. Seems to be a stretch back from Hubert. Darksen's going to chase down Harry now for P7. At the end of this race, I think it's pretty inevitable that he will catch him. Hubert there, using battery going into Cups, probably not the best idea. John, though, is still right behind Fabian there in the battle for P2. Could very well get past. Has Fabian got damage is the question. I don't think he does. I think he's just genuinely trying to pull away from John here, but John trying his best to stay in this fight with Fabian for P2. Looking very plausible. John looks pretty quick at this stage, actually. And they are closing in on Bonfo slowly, but one more safety car would ruin Bonfo's chances of winning today. I would really hope that he does win this race, because that would be absolute cinema for Bonfo to get a pole and win in incredible circumstances at Silverstone. I can't believe it. I did say Bonfo could win today. I genuinely believe Bonfo could win going into this race, and he actually is looking to pull it off today. Dan, meanwhile, is closing in on ski for P4 now. Maybe even going for a podium if he can keep this pace up. John has one lap fresher tyres than Fabian, I should mention. So if he can save some battery, he could genuinely get P2 off his teammate. But I don't think he will, because of course he wants to benefit Fabian's championship chances. But Harry, you can go 16 laps on hards. It's doable. Oof, that's bad. I don't think you're going to struggle to make that without popping a tyre. It's worth the risk though. You may as well, because it's all or nothing for points. You never know, there might be a crash in front of you. There is a lot of battles going on in front. Dan battling with Ski now. He's closing within his DRS range for P4 now. And John still within DRS range of Fabian is trying his best to keep this battle going. And trying to stay in DRS range of Fabian, just can't do it. Fabian is on still actually is closing in enough to get up to Bonfo by the end of the race, which would be insane. Now that I think about it, there's no way Bonfo could have defended from Fabian if he hadn't been this fast. That's quite terrifying how fast Fabian is today. And here we go, Ski has been overtaken by Dan going into fourth place, and Dan gets fourth away, and we'll now set sights after John maybe, who has lost DRS to Fabian, but has Dan got the advantage in pace to close 5.8 seconds on a front-running driver like John. We could see a John podium in a first career win for Bonfo. What a podium it would be here in the race today at Silverstone. 60%. Oh yeah, Darksen. Harry lets Darksen pass into P7. My goat goes into P7 now, and we'll set aside after CB, his teammate. I don't know if he'll get him, but there's a chance. There is a chance if we get CB, if CB's tyres pop. Well, CB, what's your highest tyre? You're on the same tyre life as Ski on mediums. Well, what's your tyre life on CB? Damn, so a lot of drivers risking popping tyres here today at Silverstone with 4 laps to go in the race. This could be a crazy end to the race if most of the top 10 get punctures. The only drivers that can come to... Yeah, Harry, you're gonna if you pit now, you won't be able to get points unless you bank on the cars in front of you popping a tyre, but that's not going to happen, is it? Meanwhile, Fabian still is chasing down Bonfo for the race win here. Fabian has still got the pace advantage over Bonfo. They're in P3. Fabian there 6 seconds behind Bonfo with 3 laps to go, but has been around about a second and a half a lap quicker than Bonfo every single lap. So can Fabian close in enough to overtake? I think Bonfo has it covered. Tice overtakes, are you sure? For P14. We have a look. Fastest lap of the race is Fabian with a 1:28.4. Yeah, Tice is not looking to get. He's not getting fastest lap with that lap. He gets a 29.2. It's 8 tenths off the pace of the fastest lap. A lot of drivers run the 129s. Fabian getting a 28 is actually terrifying. Fabian's gone up to 16, but meanwhile here comes Graham Crackers on Ruben on for P12 now. Is he going to get switched back? No, he's not. Ruben on loses another place. And now Graham Crackers chases down Felix for P11. Oh! What happened to Felix? I probably can't catch, but if they can't afford to get punches. My Master and Hubert are now closing in rapidly on Harry for P8 now currently. This is giving Silverstone 2020 vibes. 2013. CB. It's 2 laps to go for CB. I don't know what he's doing. He's got Darkson right behind him already. Darkson could very well get P5 here for Ferrari because he can comfortably get to the end on those tires. Can't believe Darkson on a 2-stop strategy actually could get a top 5 here despite that. Could be very interesting to see. Yeah, in this race's climate, I think the 2-stop was actually optimal. Darkson did actually gain time on Dan and the cars in front despite being on a 2-stop, so pretty good stuff from Darkson. Bonfo still leading by 4.5 seconds over Fabian second. Bonfo has it covered, really. I don't think Bonfo's going to lose this race, you know. I think this is going to be the first career victory for Bonfo in a spectacular British Grand Prix that has seen unpredictability all throughout the race. Bonfo got pole position and is about to start his final lap of the race, but Darkson now is right behind CB going into Magnussen Beckett's. Rubinon spins around, and they almost hit Devos as he rejoined the track. That was close. Darkson, though, is right behind CB now for P6. Can he defend against the Ferrari driver? Darkson goes around the outside. He tries to leave space. I think he's pretty respectful, to be honest. And there he goes. Darkson has 1 lap to catch a 4.3 second gap to a driver who's on 90% battery. He has Mindmaster, a front-running driver, and Hubert, also, who's pretty quick today, trying to chase him down on 90% tire wear. Oh, Mindmaster sent it down the inside of Hubert. Pushes him out the way, tries to get the switch back off the corner. Can't quite get it. On to Fabian. Did Fabian spin? What is Fabian doing? Fabian? Oh. Fabian just gave John second. That's interesting. So Bonfo, out of nowhere today. Meanwhile, my master still sabotaged Hubert for P9 into Cop's corner. Harry Edgefield heroes. But meanwhile, Bonfo, the Italian stallion, the first ever Italian winner in NPL history, rounds the final corner, and he will win the most insane British Grand Prix. What a race win for Bonfo! It brings a tear to my eye. Bonfo is a race winner in NPL. And John crosses the line, second place. Fabian gets third. Dan will get P4. And then it's Ski chasing down with his teammate Darkson. Can Darkson get the switchback on the final lap of the race on his teammate? Down the inside he goes. Darkson to the line. Goes down to contact. No, Ski got him. Ski gets him on the final lap. He fends him off by 800ths of a second. CB was on 99% tire wear in 7th. 14 laps on the medium. Harry goes 8th with a 18 lap on hards. Hubert P9. Mindmaster 10th. Graham Crackers 11th. Narrowly missing out on points. Tice gets P12. Then Dervas, Rubinon, and Mythical Luca. Are you sure is chasing him down at the end of the race? He's going to pit. He's going to try the strategy. Into the pit lane goes, are you sure? Final lap. Are you sure? It doesn't matter. He's already outside the points anyway. And he does overtake him. He almost got Rubinon as well. Felix there could not get fast enough, I don't think. Did he? Felix got 1 minute 30.1, not even close to fast lap. Fabian got fastest lap in third. So yeah, it is a win for Bonfo in what was a sensational race here today. What a race. I can't believe it. Bonfo wins. Fabian wasting no time leaving the call. Fabian literally just let John pass for second. I didn't expect that. So John gets his first podium of the season in second place. Bonfo gets this first career victory. Fabian goes from 18th to 3rd. What a performance from Fabian today. Definitely the deserving. He probably should have won this race, to be honest, but Tice unfortunately crashed him. Tice has been the thing that's been stopping Fabian from winning races recently, by the way. Last 2 races, Fabian lost the win because of Tice. Tice just killed Fabian because his front wing damage just drove into him. What a race today. Bonfo wins British Grand Prix and becomes the fifth winner of the season. Finally, we have a new winner in the season and a new winner in general. I have a feeling we're going to enter the most peak part of the season now. We're going to have more new winners. We're going to try and get loads of new drivers for the next race. Um, what race is next? And then what's after that? Is it Vegas? And then Kota in Brazil, right? Actually, I think there'll be more contenders than just you two. I can't lie. I think we'll see a pretty close race. What what a race that was! John gets P2. Fabian lets him get second. John's first podium of the season, and Bonfield wins. Yeah, bro. If the season started in Imola, this would be so peak, bro. If Fabian was still in the championship, it wouldn't be anywhere near as boring. Yeah, that's going to end the broadcast. We'll see you next week for Qatar and Las Vegas. Two great tracks for racing. We're going to see how that goes. We have a championship fight getting real close, and Bonfer has now established himself as a real contender in the season with winning the race. And we finally have seen the official start of Bonfer domination. Let's do this, Bonfer. You